Okay. So, after recording a video this morning, well, two videos this morning actually, I figured I would go live and start working on or finishing this track. So, there's a track that I've had released for a couple of years now. It's a pretty good track. I like it, to be honest with you. I'm going to keep it up there. But I want to do a new mix because I always wanted to add a solo to this. And I just felt like, to be honest, I felt like the things that I wanted to add at the time I just didn't have the ability to add. Not necessarily I wasn't good enough. It's just I didn't know what was needed. You know what I mean? I didn't know how to do it per se. Like I didn't know how to go about it. And then through working on more tracks, I got ideas, and those ideas flourished into, oh, maybe I should add this and maybe I should add that. And so that's this track right here. I've kind of done a whole mix redo where I've redone the drums completely. New drum samples, new drum loops, new drum everything. I did get some drum loops off of Splice, but I did significant work to process them and significant work to dial down the cymbals, as well as pushing up the high end of it and the low end of it, because I needed the high end for the snare, you know what I mean? But the cymbals were just too overbearing. Anyway, I'll get into all of that in this live session. We're probably going to run for about a half an hour, 40 minutes at most, but then I'm taking up some time right now talking. So let's get into it, all right? So anyway, you can go check out the song. It's on Spotify, has been for a couple years now, maybe even 2-3 years, but possibly like 3 years almost now. So, I mean, it sounds good, sounds great, sounds like a rock track, but you know how, like, when you start out something and you're good at it naturally, but you just progress so much faster as you learn a lot more. See, I was a producer for many years, never really tried my hand in mixing. I was always hiring out for the mix engineer part of these things. And then I wanted to have control of everything. So I wanted to do all of this, wear all the hats, so to speak. So I want to be the producer, mix engineer, and mastering engineer of my own tracks. I started becoming a mastering engineer because I wanted to be able to master my tracks, because the masters, when I sent out to be mastered, I would have to pay like $100 to get a good master. And, I'm a frugal person. I don't like spending money. I hate it, to be honest with you. If I can do it myself, I'm gonna. So I wanted more control, and that's why I started mixing. And, in the 4 years that I have been mixing, I think I have excelled exceptionally. And what I can do now is way different than what I could do then. What I can hear with my ears now is way different than what I could hear back then, even just 2 years ago. I opened up a session, just a little story here. I opened up a session yesterday that I hadn't opened in since November 2023. So it's been like a year. And I even then saw that of how far I've come along in just a year's time. I've learned so many more things. I've kept it simple. I've made things more simplistic, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, let's check out this track, what I've got so far. We're going to try to finish it on the stream today. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that far, but let's see.
There's something wrong with my brain. It seems to drive people insane. The way I go about my day, don't give a fuck what people say. There must be something wrong with my brain. I said I've done too much damage with cocaine.
We are not in the right time, sample rate. Let's change this to 48, because that's why I'm hearing some things. And why the CPU is doing some stuff. Okay, we're also going to check the performance report of the CPU right here, quick too. Come on, load, you piece of crap. Let's go. Oh yeah, I'm operating on Ableton 12.1 standard now. I moved up from the beta because they released it finally. So, yay! I was getting pretty annoyed using the beta for everything. Now, I haven't tested Melda plugins yet, so maybe they work on Ableton 12, hopefully, now that they've fixed everything. If not, then that might be a problem with Melda. So, what is going on here? Come on, Ableton. Freaking A. The CPU usage was due to the improper sample rate. Okay, so yeah, see, I was reading 48 at 44.1. That's not what you want to be doing. That's kind of important to know that. Maybe I'll do a video on that too. I kind of want to do a video on rig mod sidechain, and I might use it in one of these next songs that I'm doing just to see what it sounds like. But I've never really liked the sound of it, so.
Must be something wrong, wrong with my brain. I said I've done too much damage with weed and cocaine. I'm just so fucking paranoid, it drives me insane. I said there must be something wrong, wrong with my brain. There must be something wrong, wrong with my brain.
Man, I want a drum
Said
set.
I've done too much damage with cocaine. I'm just so fucking paranoid, it drives me insane. I said there must be something wrong, wrong with my brain.
Where are we here? That sounds about right. And where's the group processor? There we go. Okay, so I was doing some cymbal work here. I just took down the high end by 1 dB at 7 or almost 8K roughly. And listen to what it sounds like with it off. It dulls down just the cymbals. And that's what I was going to say is like these little tricks really make the rest of the track. So we're going to just kind of analyze what needs to be done and listen from there. Okay? Start from 5. I feel like the guitar is a little too bassy there. Maybe we can fix that.
There's something.
Let's just grab another EQ. Can I do it? Nope, not on here. Let's grab another EQ, but let's make it like Ozone 11 EQ. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna try. I'm aware no one wants to see these videos of someone making a track, but when you're this far along, it's actually kind of entertaining. Like, you know what I mean? Anyway. So, if Ozone's gonna load up, we're just gonna use the EQ in this, okay? Oh, probably shouldn't use full Ozone. We should probably use Ozone EQ as to not take up any CPU, if you know what I mean. Okay, so let's just try a bell filter.
There's something wrong with my brain. It seems to drive people insane.
So vocals are hitting nice. I'm liking what I'm hearing with all the delays, the reverbs, and all that stuff.
The way I go about my day, don't give a fuck what people say. There must be something wrong, wrong with my brain. I said I've done too much damage with weed and cocaine. I'm
And I'm liking that gritty bass right there, just on its own. Let's listen to that from the beginning there.
So if you need to start a fight, just do it quick and don't think twice. Swing it hard and swing it fast. Just make sure they won't forget. There must be something wrong.
Let's listen to this lead here. I think we want it like half a dB louder. Now I know that's like semantics here, but like... So the reason I turned it up is because I want you to focus on the lead and the vocals. I want you to be able to focus on either of them at the same time or individually. So having it at the right volume is very crucial. I want to make you think about the lead guitar as well as the vocals. Maybe I don't have it as prominent in the first verse. Sometimes I might choose to do something like that. But for this case, I think I want it prominent the whole time. So this is without it. And with all of that stuff happening, I just feel like we're still missing some energy in the high end, or the high mids anyways. So let's get back to here and let's... Okay, so we were towards the end. Okay, where's that guitar? Let's listen to this guitar right here. I feel like having this, where is... Okay. So for this section, just this section right here.
Must be something wrong with my brain. I said I've done too much damage with weed and cocaine. I'm just so fucking paranoid, it drives me insane. I said...
Hold on, let's listen to that transition again, because I want to really evaluate whether I want it to be this bass.
Weed and cocaine. I'm just so fucking paranoid. Weed and cocaine. I'm just so fucking paranoid. It drives me insane. I said there must be something wrong with my brain. There must be something wrong with my brain. I said I've done wrong with my brain. Must be something wrong.
Okay, let's mess with the tail on here. Decay, let's turn it down to like...
Must be something wrong with my brain. I said I must be something wrong with my brain. I said I've done too much damage. Okay, just so fucking paranoid.
I feel like I've lost some like high end, or lost some vocal energy. Where is it gone? Okay. Okay, I see. I see. How about we just delete this one? Yeah.
Wrong with my brain. There must be something wrong.
Okay, I know what needs to happen here. Okay, so this is what I need right there.
I said I've done too much damage.
Okay, 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 okay.
I said I've done too much damage. I've done too much damage.
What's happening here? What is happening here? Hold on. Okay. Okay, let's listen to the transition because that's really going to bring things to mind.
Must be something wrong. Wrong with my brain. There must be something wrong. Wrong with my brain. I said I've done too much damage. Okay, I'm just so fucking paranoid. Drives me insane. I said there must be something wrong.
I feel like this lead guitar here is now getting in the way. Let's lower the volume of this. Let's automate this to like 2.3 just by default.
I've done too much damage. Okay, I'm just so fucking paranoid. Drives me insane. I said there must be something wrong. Wrong with my brain.
And now we need to turn up the vocals, the group vocals, okay? So,
I've done
okay, so now we got this guy. I'm going to take enable automation. Can I just like double this out? Heck yeah.
there must be something wrong. Wrong with my brain. I said I've done too much damage. Okay, I'm just so fucking paranoid. Drives me insane. I said there must be something wrong. Wrong with my brain.
Okay, let's listen to it again because I wasn't paying attention. Sorry.
There must be something wrong. Wrong with my brain. I said I've done too much damage. Okay, I'm just so fucking paranoid. Drives me insane. Must be something wrong. Wrong with my brain. I said I've done too much damage. Okay, I'm just so fucking
Okay, now I feel like I need to turn the lead.
I've done too much damage.
No, just a tiny, tiny bit. I know I'm pushing this above 0, but we're in 32-bit floating point. So that doesn't really matter in this case. And to be honest, you guys, I think that's the end. I think we've hit the point where I'm looking at resampling this. Okay, so the reason why the vocals are a bit different here is at the end here I have this harmony playing at the exact same time, and it's adding to the vocal volume.
Must be something.
I'm sure your dad is hungry too. All right, you guys, let's finish this up.
Must be something wrong, wrong with my brain. I said I've done too much damage with weed and cocaine. Just so fucking paranoid, it drives me insane.
So you get the idea. With those vocals all together, just let's just hit the Vox button.
Must be something wrong, wrong with my brain.
Let's add the backup vocals.
Must be something wrong, wrong with my brain. I said I've done too much damage with weed and cocaine. I'm just so fucking paranoid, it drives me insane. I said there must be something wrong, wrong with my brain.
And as you can see, it adds so much thickness to it. I just didn't want it to be the entire width of the song. I didn't want every chorus to have that harmony up underneath. It just sounds like it's so much. But with the right mix at the end of the track, it could sound amazing. And I wanted to incorporate this harmony some way, shape, or form. And I did in multiple ways. There's another part of it that's like, where is it? Up here. I've added pieces of them together, and you can definitely hear them. So this is...
I've done too much damage with weed and cocaine. I'm just so fucking paranoid.
Oh, I didn't... There
I've
we go.
done too much damage with weed and cocaine. I'm just so fucking paranoid, it drives me insane. I said there must be something wrong, wrong with my brain. There must be something wrong.
Now I'm going to save this because I really think I've made it far, and I think we're nearing the end of completion of this track. So we're going to export it, and we got 6 minutes to look at the master, okay? Now I'm not sure what's in the master. Actually, screw it. We're going to remaster this whole track. We're just going to take it and do a whole new mastering, okay? So let's do that now. All right, let's export this. And it's got a little space in the beginning that I'll have to cut out, but... Oops. Let's take this off screen here and save it somewhere. All right, so now that's exporting. Before I close this out, what I want to do is I want to take and look at the waveform in RX. Now, if I've got too much dynamics happening, or if I got too much dynamic range between the transients and the body of the track, I may choose to edit the drums a little bit before doing anything. Now, if I can clip it off, we're going to just try that too. We're going to try multiple different ways to make the transients tame without losing the dynamics of the track. We're going to reduce the dynamic range while keeping the dynamic of the track still there, which is counterintuitive. It's very contradictory. But anyway, let's get back into this. So, Ableton 12 has a different spot for templates, and it's not where I thought it was. So, maybe after this, I'll try the Ringmod sidechain video, because I really want to see if Melda plugins works finally in Ableton 12. Although I never mentioned anything to them about it. Okay. So now that we're there, let's open it up in RX. Now, I've got a lot of tracks I've been working on lately, so I'm sure you haven't seen any new tracks from me. You're just seeing old tracks resurface and get finished. Now, this is pretty dynamic. I'm not saying I wouldn't keep this, but we're going to zoom in and see what the dealio is here. To be honest, transients are pretty close to the body of the track. Although it's dynamic, let's listen to the transitions here and see if they make sense.
There must be something wrong.
You know, I like that. We're going to go with this. We're going to take and we're going to open up a new mastering session, okay? I'm going to, if this beach ball ever stops. What is it loading? What the hell? Like, what was that? Ableton, come on. Like, you're just hanging on to nothing. You idiot. I can't even touch the templates folder without you struggling. Dude, the CPU's not even going. Ableton 12, you gotta stop. This is my first week using it live, and I hate it. I'd rather go to the beta version. Although I kind of uninstalled it because it was default for all of my stuff. Oh my gosh, just stupid thing. Load. Well, I'm about 2 minutes to being done here, and Ableton's just going to keep doing... You know what? We already saved it, so let's just force quit. Yeah. Biatch. No, we're not gonna reopen. We're just gonna open up the mastering template, you dumb fuck. Fucking A. Master template 2025. Okay. Yeah, see, much better. We'll zoom in. Let's see where this actually is. Okay, so I like to kind of do a manual cutoff there. And manual cutoff there. Okay, so now I usually like to see if I can take care of the transients with a clipper. So I'm going to go to the body of the track, the highest point right here.
There must be something wrong. There must be something wrong with my brain. I said I've done too much damage with weed and cocaine.
Best free clipper on the market. It's better than Gold Clip, better than Orange Clip, whatever clipper you use. This clipper is free and better. I swear this is what I use on all of my mastering projects. I don't oversample because it creates overs. Just long story short, do this. Use this, just open it up with the hard clip setting and just mess with the ceiling till you get a desired clip and sound. Does that make sense? So you can like go more and back it off, which is what I like to do. But in this case, I want to just lightly clip it down because we're going to compress it as well. So let's just freeze that the way it is and kind of treat the transients as it does. Then I'm going to hold Option or Alt and just drag the track down to my next track that I've created, which has some compression and some saturation. Mid-side saturation specifically. All right, now we're going to try messing with this. Notice what it did to the transients. Let's give it a listen. And maybe I want to back it off a bit after that because I'm changing my mind. Let's do like 60. Start right. See, I wanted to add a little bit of grit to the kicks, but not too much. So let's refreeze that and then try to compress it. Okay, so I am going to have a use case come out for a new mastering session that I'm doing for an artist. And to be honest with you, it's a use case because I'm not using a clipper. I'm using a limiter in place of a clipper because it's softer on the kicks. And the kicks are just so out of control. I got this 2-track beat from an artist that I had to modify. So I'll get into that in the video. But there must be something wrong with my brain. I said I've done too much damage with weed and cocaine. I'm just so fucking paranoid. It drives me insane. I said there must be something wrong with... All right, now we're going to turn this on. There must be something wrong with my brain. I said I've done too much damage with weed and cocaine. I'm just so fucking paranoid. It drives me insane. I said there must be something wrong with my brain. So if you need... So I like to freeze every section as I go along. And I've got 2 processes on this one too, but they're kind of predictable, so I kind of paired them together to create less work, I guess you could say. Having less times where I'm going to have to freeze the track is going to speed up my mastering process. The faster I get a master done, not saying I'm going to do bad work, I'm just saying the faster I'm able to complete it, the more work I can get done in a day, hence giving myself a raise, technically. So, being since this is one of my tracks, I'm not actually paying myself. It'd be a little weird paying yourself for a track. But notice how condensed everything is now. Isn't that nice? Look at how great that is. There must be something wrong. Now we're going to have Ozone kind of have its way with it and then delete most of what Ozone does. Okay? So I'm going to turn down everything on my headphones and what you guys hear so that Ozone can listen to it. Prepare for volume increases. This is something that you're going to actually want to do because Ozone is going to set its maximizer and limiter settings and it's going to turn things way up. So if you got your monitor set at a certain level, prepare for them to be increased by a whole lot if you're leaving headroom for yourself like I have here. So this is going to turn it up quite significantly and may create some loud noises. So I tend to turn everything down until it kind of does its thing. So now I'm going to turn it back up and we're going to listen to what it did. And I might turn it down. There must be something wrong with my brain. I said I've done too... There, I turned it down for you guys. Alright, let's listen to what it did. Now, I usually don't like what Impact is doing, and I never use the imager. I don't like things to sound too stereo. It just sounds weird. I have a different trick if I want something to sound more stereo. I use the left-right EQ and make the left different than the right in the high end. Kind of boost different sections of it, and it gives it this really nice mono-compatible stereo feel. I've shown it in a couple videos, so I'm not going to go over it in this one because it might not need it. Let's see what the EQ does. Of course, it's saying the bass is a little too heavy, but let's draw back on that a little bit. And draw back on this. Sure, I could have messed with the amount up here, but I like to be more specific with my moves.
There must be something wrong. Too much damage. Cocaine. Just so fucking paranoid. Drives me insane.
Okay, so I want to keep the stabilizer. We're going to delete clarity. And we might bring clarity back later on. I don't think we need impact there. Like I said, we're not going to do too much of this stuff. Use too much of this stuff because I mix songs very well. In like 15 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna see if we can figure this. I like balanced. I've been really liking balanced lately, and for this I want it to be a little faster. I don't know if I want this. I definitely don't want this. And that's pretty good. The reason I mastered at negative 0.1 dB true peak is because when I format the track, I will then reduce it by 0.9 or 0.6, depending on what I feel the track needs after converting it to MP3, OGG, ACC, all these different codecs, so that I know when streaming services get it, they're gonna do minimal damage to the audio. And they always do some damage. My goal is to minimize that by formatting it properly. So I make my initial master as loud as I can make it, and then I kind of dial it back from that point on. So, only got these things here? Wow. Okay. Doing pretty good.
There must be something wrong with my brain. I said I've done too much damage. Weed and cocaine. I'm just so fucking paranoid. Drives me insane. I said there must be something wrong with my brain. So if you need to start a fight, there must be something.
And how I set my levels here is I turn everything off, and I just listen to the delta signal. So this is a very important part. Watch. If you start to get musical content like this, you're going too far. Notice how I'm not getting any musical content. Now let's see if soft clip is needed.
There must be something wrong with my brain.
And to me, right here, soft clip just sounds a little too crunchy, even at 10%. I don't think I would use it. Let's see what I'm going to do to emphasize transients here.
There must be something wrong with my brain. I said I've done too much damage. I'm just so fucking paranoid. Insane. I said there must be something wrong with my brain. So if you need to start a fight, there must be something wrong with my brain.
Let's skip to the end where it gets a little bit more busy.
Too much damage. Cocaine. Just so fucking paranoid. Drives me insane. I said there must be something wrong with my brain.
Now, if I want to add some tape, let's see what that sounds like.
Too much damage.
You know what? I like adding some smooth polished settings and dialing it back quite a bit. So let's do that.
Too much damage. Okay. Just so fucking paranoid. Drives me insane. I said there must be something wrong with my brain. Too much damage.
You know what? We're going to do this. And I'm going to make sure that phase is minimum in the low end and phase is minimum in the high end. Even though it could be linear phase in the high end, this is very light EQ moves. Let's just keep it all minimum phase or minimum phase. Yeah, that's right.
Too much damage.
Let me show you a cool feature in Ozone that I just found from Nick DiLorenzo and Panorama Mixing and Mastering. It can show all the phase curves, the phase delay, and the group delay. This is crazy. I didn't know that you could do this in Ozone.
Too much damage.
All right, so let's save this as a master because we're gonna freeze this here quick because I want to see what the waveform looks like first. And then we'll save this as a master, and we're going to call it quits after this, you guys. We're going to see how loud we get it after we export it. And then I'm pretty much going to call it quits for today. I did a lot of stuff today. You'll see some videos come out this week about cleaning up the low end and some, like a moving bass part. Anyway, you'll see the videos come out. While it's freezing, I want to tell you about an amazing studio update that will also be a video this week too. That's only about a minute or so long. But the studio that you see here will no longer be here soon. I am moving it to an external location, and I think it's going to be a big change for not just the company that I started, but for everything. I mean, it's going to be twice the size of this room. I'm going to get an acoustic drum set, I'll have a couch in there, a synth rack. This chair back here that you guys never see that just has some boxes on it will actually be a chair in the studio. I'll have a place for everything. It's going to be fun. But now it's done freezing, and we're going to check it out. Check it out. Okay, so let me just feed this down here. Wow. That is some shit. Okay, let's just export this, okay? I muted everything. We're going to just export it and see what it looks like in RX, all right? Oh, shoot. We forgot to save this, so it gives us a good save. So I saved it, delete. Yep. Now let's export. Why are we... Dude. You keep reverting back. Dude, we had this conversation before, Ableton. Why are you doing this to me, huh? Like, we are exporting in 48. We are working in 48. You keep wanting to revert back, but I just don't see it, man. And yeah, I know that took only a little bit of time because we've already frozen everything that's a plugin on this track. So let's open it with RX11 and see what we get. Okay, so now what I like to do, we're going to format this too. And I'm going to open up everything I need to do this, okay? Open up resampling, gain, dither, loudness control. I've got them all in special order, and I've got them all set to the right settings. So I'm going to do this. It's going to take a little bit of time to run the resample here, just because I have it set to post limiter. So I wanted it to keep everything below clipping. That's why I raised the volume, or basically normalized it in the first master without going over 0 with the true peak setting, so that I could do this. Then I can lower this, dither it. Oh shit. Let me undo. This is supposed to be at negative 0.9. 0.9. Okay. Render this. Render that. Exit. Exit. Now let's see what we're at for loudness, because that's what I'm always interested in. Because I've seen how other producers get theirs -6 and 5 LUFS. This is at a -9, and this is a fairly dynamic track. See, you can really push things, but to be honest with you, this is even after I lowered it like a whole dB. So I think people are cheating when they're getting up that high. I think they're going right up to 0 and just exporting, like, look at how loud I can get. But that's not the full story, because you still need to format it for streaming purposes so that your audio doesn't go over 0 dB full scale in streaming. So when they convert it down, like here, I'll just show you. So like, let's just say I wanted to convert this down into like OGG. This is like what Spotify does, and they're not going to have this setting here to prevent clipping, right? They're just going to do it automatically, and that's how it is. So let's just hit RX here. Let's just see what happens, okay? So I just want to show you what loudness control detects with this. See, now you can see a bunch of little overs, like specifically right here. Look at that. It's going above where it was before. So now we can pull up loudness control and see what the true peak value actually is. And it's close to 0, which is kind of concerning. You see what I'm saying? So I might be able to push this a little bit more depending on how good their codec is, but I wouldn't want to risk it. So basically what I'd want to do is I'd want to just export these the way they are. Waveform. Since this is already in a waveform, this is going to take almost no time at all. RX. And then we're just going to do the same thing with the MP3. We're going to make all the different versions of this. We're going to prevent clipping with the MP3. Of course we are. Of course we are. Well, let's actually not and just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. I haven't done this in a long time without prevent clipping on. I just want to see what I get out of this. It's opening up. A little bit of overs, but overall, we're roughly at the same true peak value as over here. We're going to check it out. Yeah, -0.5, and this one is -0.9. So we raised up a good, 0.4 dB in just the conversion process alone. So that's what I'm saying. You got to be careful, and you got to format for streaming services. Anyway, that's the stream.